Boker Tov Shalom. Rabbi Eric Solomon here in beautiful Raleigh, North Carolina. A little morning Torah inside today. So listen, this week's Torah portion is called Ekev. It's basically one of the early Torah portions of Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy is the fifth book of the Torah and is really what's Deuteronomy. It's a second telling of what happened in the prior four books. It's getting our people ready to go into the promised land. Moshe Rabbeinu is getting us ready to go in and preparing us and reviewing our story and retelling our story and getting us prepared. Some very powerful pieces, particularly in this parsha. One that's noted, which I'll come back to in a second, is that God says, what do you do with which was mentioned earlier in the Torah, what do you do with the fact that, Moshe went up on Mount Sinai and smashed some tablets and then got the tablets again? We've been carrying the broken tablets with us, and this parsha renotes that we walk through the desert with both broken and whole tablets, a very powerful metaphor for life inside of us. We've broken and whole parts of ourselves and bring that into the land as well. But what's the bigger point I want to make is that this week's Torah portion goes along with a lot of Torah portions in Deuteronomy about anxiety, fear, about the next generation. Moshe, God, they're obsessed that the people are going to go in the land. Things are going to be beautiful there. It's get milk and honey, and they're going to get full and happy and joyful and wealthy, and they're going to forget God, and they're going to forget why they got there, and they forget the challenge of Egypt or the suffering of how wandering was, everything. And they're going to think it all themselves, says directly in the Parsha, and they're going to get haughty. And by that haughtiness and lack of gratitude and a lack of history, they're going to, face problems. Maybe, God forbid, even lose the land. Like, this is the root of the problem, is when you are ungrateful and you forget what the past has been. It's extraordinarily difficult. Now, this raises the bigger question. If God and Moshe are so worried about us getting the land and we're going to mess up and we're going to lose maybe the land, or we're going to make mistakes, or, just totally spiritually forget God, one argument can be like, if you're that worried about the kids, then don't let them have the keys to the car, right? Like, if you don't think they're ready to drive, don't let them go in. You don't go. Like, you can hold them back. Why didn't God just say, not only Moshe stop on the side of the land of Israel, but why didn't the whole people stop? And obviously that's not the case, right? The message here is just so obvious and implied. It's implicit, but it's just worth noting. There is no going back. There is no going back. The next generation is going to have to take the keys and start driving at some point. We can warn them. We can prepare them. We can tell them the consequences. But the goal is to move forward. And this is of the many things I'm concerned about this phrase in the Trump campaign of, make America great again. There's many things that are wrong with that phrase. Although I do think that America has beautiful pieces of its history. There's a lot of parts of our history that were far from great. In fact, they were sinister, insidious, and deeply problematic for many, many Americans. So let's just put that to the side for a second. The idea, though, is that we're going to go forward by really just doing what happened before. That's not what the Torah says. The Torah doesn't say, God doesn't say, do exactly what you did before and go down. No, it's go in the land and hold on to, memories, the meaning, appreciation. But you got to go forward. You got to make something new. You're not going to do it just like your parents and grandparents did. You got to do it like your way, your style, your new ways, your new energy, your new perspectives. Hold on to the values of the past, hold on to the teachings of the past, but go forward, including the broken pieces. And that's a pair of the broken tablets. Go with it all. Broken pieces of history, the whole pieces, but go forward. It's not about going back. It's about going forward to a promised land where the next generation is going to take it. Shabbat Shalom.